Very, very rarely, but sometimes it does happen that we actually have a dialogue with manufacturers of car care products, especially when their products do not perform quite as well in our videos. I recently showed you the Swissvax Utopia, this $500 wax, in a video, and above all, I had shown you that the product promises are unfortunately not really being kept. Now, in the comments under this video, Swissvax has reacted to a few more things. They tried to explain and justify the whole situation. There was then a dialogue with me. I asked a few follow-up questions. Swissvax addressed some of these follow-up questions, but not others. I don't want to judge that at all because fundamentally I think it's really cool that Swissvax actually took the time to watch the video and then responded to it. So feel free to check out the entire conversation under this video again. Just to make sure that this conversation doesn't mysteriously disappear, I took screenshots of it, saved those screenshots, stored them in Dropbox, and linked you to this conversation in the video description. This means you can take another look at it in case it should disappear for any reason. Much more interesting is the following, and that's what I actually want to talk about with you in this video. 2001. I had asked Swissvax a few critical questions about their ceramic sealant, the so-called ceramic, meaning with ceramic. The K at the end is written with a Q, Keramiq9. They call it Keramiq9, but they say it is a water-based ceramic sealant. This made me extremely suspicious from the very beginning because the product has already been released a few months ago. To my knowledge, it is not possible to produce a water-based ceramic sealant, at least not a true ceramic sealant. So what usually comes in the small bottles is that these corresponding siloxanes, these ceramic derivatives or these solids that are inside must be dissolved in solvents in that bottle so that this ceramic does not start to harden and react in the bottle. This is what I know. Swissworks now claims that they have a water-based ceramic sealant, which I believe is simply not possible. I had asked a few critical questions, and the funny thing was that in a response from Swissvax in this conversation thread, they inadvertently revealed something about themselves. They then wrote, as I am showing you here beside me, that they actually believe that customers do not want a ceramic sealant, but rather the properties of the ceramic sealant. They then wrote that their ceramic sealant does not bond with the paint, but can simply be removed by private users. And that is exactly what makes a true ceramic sealant. It forms a chemical and physical bond with the clear coat. Now one might say, well, maybe Swissvax simply means a ceramic spray sealant or a ceramic detailer or whatever. However, if we look at the homepage of Swissvax and the product descriptions and titles contained within, it is absolutely clear that in several places, I eventually stopped counting, the term ceramic sealant is clearly and unmistakably present. They call it Keramiq9 ceramic sealant. So, and I would like to share my opinion on the whole thing, but I don't want to influence you. What interests me more is, what do you think about this whole matter? Do you, as end users and consumers, find it fair when a manufacturer promises you a ceramic sealant? And I mean, the fact is, the car care market is now so established and advanced that it is relatively clear what is meant by a ceramic sealant. Yes, fundamentally, it must be said that the term ceramic and ceramic sealant is not uniformly defined and is also not protected. And yes, Sonax, which in a broad sense is also my employer since I am a Sonax master trainer, labels some of its products as ceramic. These are also water-based detailers. And no, those are not ceramic sealants either. But Sonax does not label the bottle as a ceramic sealant. Instead, Sonax specifically states on the spray sealant that it is a ceramic spray sealant. This indicates that it is indeed a spray sealant. Swissvax does not do that. Swissvax clearly and unequivocally states ceramic sealant. What do you think about this? How do you feel when a manufacturer tries to convincingly tell you that you are getting a ceramic sealant, especially when the manufacturer openly admits in the comments, here is the screenshot again, that they believe they know what you actually want, namely the hydrophobic properties of the ceramic, without you actually wanting the property of the ceramic to bond with the paint? Because I will now show you a screenshot. One claims that a ceramic sealant from 2001 can no longer be removed from the paint. And that is simply factually incorrect. By the way, I clarified this aspect again with painters, and they confirmed it to me clearly. The statement that a car with a ceramic sealant cannot be painted or repaired is absolutely false. If a car needs to be repainted in certain areas, that spot must be sanded anyway. And as soon as sanding is done, a ceramic sealant is automatically removed. And by the way, it doesn't matter whether this car is treated with a ceramic sealant or wax sealant because the sealant is simply removed. The only point where one could argue would be on the topic of touch-up painting, because yes, it would have an impact that a component is ceramic sealed, where one is trying to do a touch-up. Only then must one say that it would also have an impact if there is a wax sealant on this component. Both a wax sealant and a ceramic sealant must be removed first before this component can be repainted. I believe that what Swissvax meant, and I will assume this now, is that for a private end user who may not even know how to polish, it is more difficult to remove a ceramic sealant than it is to remove a wax sealant. And this statement would be correct. However, that is not the statement screenshot that Swissvax made. Swissvax claims that a car with a ceramic sealant cannot be painted. And this statement, we must simply state factually, is unfortunately incorrect. The impression that I personally get here with Keramiq9 is the following. And there is a very nice expression in Swiss German for when someone tries to claim the advantages of something while somehow leaving out the disadvantages. Namely, one would say that he is trying to be the Pfiffer and Zwecklitzhaar. And it personally gives me the impression, in my opinion, that they want to sell the end user, the customer, the consumer, on the idea that they will receive the benefits of the ceramic sealant, namely the high durability and hydrophobic properties, but none of the disadvantages of the ceramic sealant. And that is precisely difficult. It starts with the name Keramiq9, which does not contain a single silver. The product description mentions what the 9 stands for. The 9 in typical ceramic sealants usually indicates that it is an H sealant, such as 9 hours. This hardness rating on the Mohs scale is absolute nonsense. If Swissvax intended to imply that this is nonsense, then I would even agree with them. But why is this ceramic called Keramiq9? What does this 9 stand for? This is not explained anywhere. And there too, an attempt will likely be made to create the impression that this is a genuine ceramic sealant. Just to repeat it once more, and I have also had this confirmed by manufacturers of car care products and chemists, a water-based ceramic sealant in the sense of a true ceramic sealant is not possible. This is not feasible from a chemical and physical standpoint. The solids contained in such a ceramic sealant would harden and react in water. A water-based ceramic sealant is simply another term for a spray sealant. From this perspective, the price of Keramiq9 is at least questionable. I would even say, in my personal opinion, a bit problematic. Systrex sells you a set that includes a small bag, microfiber cloths, a pre-cleaner, and this ceramic sealant for CHF 170. The ceramic sealant itself, meaning just the bottle with 250 milliliters, costs 120 francs, while the price per liter is not even stated, which to my knowledge is not even legal in Germany. The price per liter should actually be provided. If this 2i50 ml were a real ceramic sealant, it would be a good deal. However, if it is just a spray sealant, then you can calculate it for yourselves. You have enough experience to understand what a price of $120 for 250 ml of spray sealant means in today's market environment. But back to the question, what do you think about that? What do you make of a manufacturer selling you a ceramic sealant under the assumption that they believe they know better what you actually want? In 2001, although he admits it himself, I will show you the screenshot again. He admits that it is actually not a real ceramic sealant. What do you think about it? How do you feel when you read something like this? Let's have an open, direct, but also fair dialogue in the comments under this video. We would be very interested in that. If this video was helpful, insightful, exciting, and interesting to you, we would be very pleased if you could give us a thumbs up. Feel free to support the channel with a free subscription and tune in for the next video. Goodbye.